Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a throwaway account in the advice subreddit. The post is titled, "My friend says she won't set me up with her male friend because I cheated on her brother 4 years ago. Should I pursue this thing anyway?" Background. My friend Amina and I have been friends since kindergarten. There was a time when I considered her my best friend. In high school, I started dating her younger brother Sean. We dated for about 6 years. We had a great relationship and I messed up. I did. Not to justify what I did, but Sean did ROTC in college and eventually commissioned into the National Guard. During his first year in the Guard, he was extremely busy. He had his military duties and on top of that, his regular 9-to-5 job. In a moment of selfishness, I met a really attractive guy, and the next thing I knew, I was cheating on my fiance at the time. I was selfish, and I figured he would never find out. Well, the guy I was cheating with ended up stalking both me and Sean, so Sean found out. It was a messy situation, and I hate that I put him through that. Sean broke off the engagement and still refuses to speak with me. Amina stopped being my friend, but we reconnected a year ago when we bumped into each other at the airport lounge. She got permission from Sean to rekindle our friendship, but Sean still refuses to speak with me, unfortunately. I cannot say Amina and I are best friends like we used to be, but we are friends. Now, recently Amina had a birthday dinner with all her boyfriend plus all of her friends. Her male friend Ron is extremely attractive, put together, in great shape, has a good job, and so on. Today, I called her during our lunch break to ask for Ron's contact information and to put in a good word for me. She said no and asked me not to date him. She said he is a good friend, and after what happened with her brother, she does not want to go through that again. I told her I am a changed person, and she contradicted herself by saying she believes me but still does not want me dating her friend. It is just weird. I am not sure whether I should get his contact information some other way or just accept it. I just do not think she has the right to prevent me from dating her friend. Update. Years ago, when I was younger, I made the worst decision of my life and cheated on the love of my life and fiance. I messed up and I love him so much. I lost so much because of that stupid mistake. The man that I love is my friend's brother. Throughout that time, she and I stopped being friends after my mistake, but we later rekindled our friendship. She is getting married in June. It will be the first time I have seen Sean since we split. I am ready to win him back, but I do not know how. Virus Comfortable said she is obsessed with the idea of him. She did not talk for a long time and kept fantasizing about how their life would look alike. It is not love, it is obsession. And like every obsession, she needs someone to talk to, someone she can describe it to, and someone who will tell her it is bad for her, him, and everyone else. I do not think he will give her any chance for a do-over, but even if he would, she would not be the best girl he can imagine. She would get bored and disappointed quite fast. Ben Plus said, "Sorry, but 4 years is not that long of a time." This next story was made in the AITA subreddit by a user named ManBearPigCereal. The post is titled, "I didn't give legal advice at a party to someone I just met." This actually happened last night. I was at my brother's place for a National Football League draft party. I had not seen my brother in a couple of weeks, and my brother and I live a couple of hours apart because I moved away, so I had not seen many of his friends in years. I also had not met most of my brother's girlfriend's family and friends because she comes from a town a couple of hours away from where they currently live, in the opposite direction from where I live. My brother and his girlfriend have been together for 2 years and are getting engaged next month. At the party, I was talking with a group of people when one guy, the husband of one of my brother's girlfriend's friends, asked me what I do for a living, and I said I am an attorney. He then asked me what kind of law I practice, and I could already see where this was going. He started with, "So I'm having a problem with one of my neighbors." As he was launching into his story, I reached in my pocket, gave him my card, and told him to call me in the morning to discuss the issue. He got upset and said, "Why can't I just ask a couple of quick questions since we are both here?" I said I was there to see my brother and watch the draft and did not want to discuss business right now. Other attorneys will tell you that this is a common thing at social gatherings. Once people find out you are an attorney, they try to corner you with a bunch of questions and you are basically back on the clock. Years ago, I decided to do the business card thing instead of answering questions so I could actually enjoy social gatherings. Besides, these things almost never turn into actual business. People just want free legal advice. I have never had any complaints about it before. The guy got upset, said something under his breath, and stormed off. The other people standing there all made faces as he left, and we went right back to our conversation. That was it, or so I thought. The rest of the night was fine, and it was never brought up again. We enjoyed the draft, and I enjoyed seeing my brother's knucklehead friends years later. I got a text from my brother this morning, and he said, "I want to make this clear. I completely understand why you did what you did." He has seen it happen a bunch of times at events and heard me complain about it afterward. However, his girlfriend is upset that I blew her friend's husband off and wants me to reach out to him, apologize, and answer his questions. My brother said he is on my side and told her as much, but she made him send the text to me anyway. I believe my brother is on my side and understand he is trying to keep the peace in his relationship. I said I am not texting or apologizing or calling the guy, but he has my card and is welcome to call me. I feel I did nothing wrong. Just because of my job does not mean I am on the clock 24/7. My brother said, "Yeah, I knew you would say that, but now I can at least tell my girlfriend I tried," and that was it with him. Again, I thought this was the end, but it is not. His girlfriend texted my mom and told her what happened. Now my mom is texting me saying, "I know it is annoying what this guy did, but can you call him so that your relationship with your brother's girlfriend is not negatively affected because she is obviously upset with you. My brother is getting engaged to her next month and she is going to be family, and there is no need to have a rift when she is about to be family." I said it is too late. The fact that she cried to my mom already created a rift on my end about her now. Again, I declined, and my mom said she understands, but just does not want negative feelings with my brother's girlfriend over this. I said no, he can call me and I will answer any questions he has. 2 months later, OP gave us an update. I have some small updates on this post I made a couple of months ago. My brother got engaged to the girlfriend referenced in the post a couple of weeks ago. They had a get-together to celebrate their engagement this past weekend. They only invited immediate family and those they expect to be in their wedding party. My brother had asked me about being his best man last week before the party, but at the dinner they formally gave gifts to everyone in their wedding party along with officially asking everyone to be in the wedding party. The fiance's friend's husband was there as well. He is not going to be in the wedding party, but his wife apparently will be. I was there before he was, and when he came in, he made no attempt to come over and say hello to me or the group I was talking with. Fine, I hardly know the guy, so I do not care if he talks to me. At dinner, there were no assigned seats, but my girlfriend and I happened to be seated not super close to him and his wife, but close enough that we could hear each other's conversations if we were not involved in our own conversations. At dinner, I was sitting with my girlfriend next to me on the same side they were seated. On my other side was my sister and her husband, and across from me were some other friends of my brother's fiance I had never met before that night. My girlfriend was not at the previous event, but I, of course, had told her about the issue. Anyway, my girlfriend and I were making small talk with the friends of my brother's fiance across from us, and of course what we all do for a living came up. I said I was an attorney, and the guy at that point decided to interject into our conversation and say, "But don't ask him any questions right now, he will just give you his card and tell you to call him during business hours." To my delight and his horror, one of the friends we were talking to responded and said, "Yeah, of course, I would hardly expect him to give me legal advice at his brother's engagement party." He made an angry face, mumbled something to his wife, who told him to drop it, and then I do not think he said a word again for the rest of the night. Nothing big, just thought some might find this update amusing. I'm not creepy said, "I have seen the same thing happen to my friend in the medical field. A lot of people do not seem to understand that even if someone enjoys their work, they do not want their life to revolve around it." Dryad Duineth said, "A complete pushover marries a lady who will ask 2 different people to get involved in a situation that not only are the 2 of them not involved with, but she is not actually involved with it either. This will go well." This third story was made in the Off My Chest subreddit by a user named Safe Gazelle. The post is titled, "My grandfather had a 4-year-old daughter before he died. My whole family wants to send her to an orphanage. I said I'll take her, and now everything in my life is upside down. I am 23 years old, and this week my entire life changed. 3 days ago, my grandfather passed away. He was 78. He had 2 children, my mom and my uncle. I thought I was the youngest in our family. My family is very big. During the wake, a huge bomb dropped on all of us. It turns out my grandfather had a 4-year-old daughter with a cleaning lady who used to help him around the house. The woman is gone and no one knows where she went. The girl's name is Lenka, and she is tiny, quiet, and completely alone. Everyone in my family hates her. At the funeral, nobody would even look at her. I saw her curled up in the corner of the room, like she was trying to disappear. The only conversation anyone had was about who was not going to take her. They all agreed she should be sent to an orphanage. I don't know what happened to me at that moment, but I snapped. I walked over to her, knelt down, smiled, and asked, "Would you like to live with me?" She didn't say anything, just slowly nodded, and that was it. That night, Lenka came home with me. She had been staying with my cousin for a few days, and Nika handed me her health card and basically said, "Good luck." I'm a 23-year-old guy living alone in a small apartment in eastern Slovakia. I work from home. I pay rent. I am not rich. I've never raised a child. I am still an external university student. I go to school on weekends, but she came with me and she has been here since. That night, she didn't say a word on the car ride. I showed her my apartment, gave her food, and she barely reacted. Later that night, while I was trying to sleep, I broke down. It was 2 a.m. and I was crying like I hadn't cried in years. I kept thinking, what the hell am I doing? How can I raise a child when I'm just a kid myself? My family won't help. Everyone will judge me. She's not even technically my niece. She's my aunt. Yeah, that part's wild. She's my mom's half-sister, which makes her my aunt, but she's 4. I couldn't sleep at all that night. Around 3 a.m., we had a little accident. She wet the bed. She didn't cry. She just tried to hide the blanket like she didn't want me to find out. My heart cracked in half. I told her everything was okay and helped her clean up. In the morning, I explained we needed to go shopping for her things. We walked to the store only 5 minutes away, but it took us 15. She was trying to be independent and didn't want to hold my hand. But on the way back, she was so tired she almost collapsed on the sidewalk. I asked if I could carry her, and she said no at first, but after a few more steps, I picked her up anyway. She looked annoyed, but didn't resist. We made it home. I made her breakfast, then told her we had to go to some offices so I could become her guardian. I thought I would just drop off the papers. Instead, the whole process started immediately. It was chaos. I brought every document I had, my ID, death certificate, her health card, a letter I wrote asking for emergency temporary custody. But when I got to the child services office, one woman tore me apart. She was cold and cruel and basically called me a stupid boy to my face. You're just a kid. You can't raise another kid. You don't even have rights to her. She's better off with her mother. And she said all of this in front of Lenka, who was sitting quietly in my lap. I looked down and saw tears running down her face. At first, I didn't even notice. I just felt her little body trembling. She was crying silently. I gently apologized to the woman, stood up, and said we would come back later. I took Lenka outside and walked her to a little ice cream shop nearby. We sat together in silence. I explained we would have to go back and talk to the mean lady, but I promised I would stay with her the whole time. She nodded. Back inside, the woman didn't get any nicer, but she did explain what would happen next. Basically exactly what I had read online. Social workers will visit us. They will try to contact her mother. If they find her, she may have legal priority. But I am going to fight this because if that woman abandoned Lenka once, she will do it again. And I won't let that happen. Now it is late again. I am completely drained. And I need to say this somewhere. I love this kid. I have known her for 3 days and I would do anything to protect her, but I am falling apart inside. I work from home, which is the only reason this is even possible. But on weekends I go to university and I will probably have to give that up. There is no babysitting culture here in Slovakia, especially not in a small town like ours. I am selling my motorcycle, so I will have more money for her. I am terrified I will never find a girlfriend because what 23-year-old wants a boyfriend with a 4-year-old? I feel like I traded everything I used to be for someone who deserves a better life. and I don't regret it, but I am scared and tired and trying not to break. I don't even know why I am posting this. I just needed to let it out. If you read all this, thank you, really. And if anyone has been through something similar, any advice would mean the world. Update. I just wanted to make a quick update to thank you all. My last update is still waiting for approval from the admins, probably because I asked people for financial help to pay for a lawyer, but I will not do that again. I hate myself for doing it in the first place. I sold my motorcycle and I will manage somehow on my own. Thank you all for your kind words and encouragement. I really needed to hear that. I tried to reply to as many comments as I could, but there were just too many. Lenka is doing well. She finally started smiling. I introduced her to my neighbor, an older lady who never had children. She looked after Lenka while I went to get her toys from her grandfather's house. She also has a dog, and Lenka just cannot stop playing with it. One night, Lenka found me crying. She sleeps in my bed, and I have taken the couch. I guess she must have heard me. She came to me and asked if I was crying because of her. Of course, I said no, and when she hugged me, my heart shattered into a million pieces. I will protect that child. She is mine, and I will do anything for her. The next part of the update will be in Slovak. I am sorry, but I need help. And the quickest way will be if someone from Slovakia or the Czech Republic responds. Hi, if you are reading this, thank you. I want to ask you for help. It is very uncomfortable for me to ask for help like this, but I have no other options. Lenka needs toys and new clothes. She is still playing with toys that probably belong to my mom. I went to charity for new clothes, but there was not much. Please, if you are reading this and have toys from your child lying around at home, I kindly ask you to contact me, please. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, Gamersupps. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.